Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of part 2 of week 26 of this, the 2019-2020 Premier League season. It's kind of this transitional period of the Premier League teams having a winter break, so that's why we've got this split. So Nathan, how well did we get on in part 1 of week 26?
So in part 1, well, depends if you could say this as average really, but I got 2 points with no perfect scores.
Yeah, I also had 2 points out of the 4 games, but of course the Manchester City game was cancelled due to Storm Kayan or
something weird.
Yeah, something like that. Just the 2 points from myself. And from the viewer's point of view, who was represented this week by Hassan Ali, they had just the 1 point. Top scorers, however, for the week, 2 very good scores. One from David Redgriff, who got 7 points, and Harry Doherty as well had 7 points. So David and Harry, congratulations on those cracking scores. They both had 2 perfect scores and 1 correct result. So overall now, Nathan, totals for the season are, you are on now 181, I'm on 189, and the viewers languishing slightly with 164 points. But that's enough of part 1. Let's crack on, make some predictions for part 2.
Okay, so first up we have the Friday night fixture, possibly the hardest to predict, and that is between Wolves and Leicester. You don't know who's just going to turn up and get ahead in this one. Wolves very strong at home, even though they have been patchy in recent weeks. Got a good draw against Man United last time around, and then lost to Liverpool. But if you look at Wolves' recent games, they have had quite a tricky run of late. I mean, losing to Watford, could say it was a bit embarrassing, but got a good win over Southampton.
Well, Watford they were tremendous.
They were tremendous, and then getting a draw with Newcastle, so not bad really. Hopefully they'll start to pick up form again. Whereas Leicester got a draw last time around, and then rebuilding after they went on that 2-game loss, of course. But I can't separate either of these teams, and I'm going to say a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, you could say that this game has draw written all over it. However, I've got a sneaky feeling there is going to be a winner in this match. I believe the home side are going to come out on top in this one. Jimenez looking good at the moment. Traore looking fantastic. However, there is a slight doubt with an injury that he may or may not have at the moment. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Wolves, backed by a passionate crowd there at Molineux. I think it's going to be a narrow win to the Orange and Blacks in this one. Next up, we got the first of the Saturday fixtures at 12:30 lunchtime, and this is between Southampton and Burnley. Southampton are on a fantastic run at the moment, or they have been. Currently find themselves in 13th position, where Burnley just a couple of places above them in 11th position. A very difficult one to call, this one. You could say that the home team, could favour the home team. We have home advantage. Burnley last time out gaining a 0-0 draw at home against Arsenal. I think I predicted last week, or the last game week, that Arsenal would go away and win that one. However, it was a stalemate.
I think Burnley would win that one as well.
Yeah, it was a stalemate. So I can't decipher who's going to win this match. I'm going to go for a draw. I think they'll both score, and I can see a 1-1 draw in this fixture.
I actually disagree slightly there. If you look at Southampton's recent run of games, the only 2 fixtures they've lost, I believe one was against Liverpool and Wolves, who are very good sides, and apart from that, they picked up some really good results against the likes of Palace, Leicester, and Tottenham as well. Some really good results there. So, because it's in Southampton and because Burnley are a bit patchy away, like to lose by big margins away as well, I'm going to say a 2-1 victory to Southampton. Okay, so next up we have the 5:30 fixture on Saturday. How is there no 3 o'clock?
No 3 o'clock fixture.
It's an absolute disgrace.
What about the people who travelled? Late. Well, even if it is Liverpool, they've got that 5:30. They've got to get all the way back to Liverpool. Well, most of the fans,
all the ones who live there.
Back to Liverpool at. What time will it be? 8 o'clock by the time they get out of the ground, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then all the way back up to the northwest.
No. But moving on to the football, Norwich have been looking to pretty recently. Did get a good draw against Newcastle last time, but really not doing well. Really need to start picking up points. But they're coming up against the Liverpool side. The runaway train, of course. There is absolutely no stopping them now. I got a feeling Man City just not going to happen with them. catching up at all. It's just how many Liverpool are going to win by in this one. I'm going to say 4-0. 4-0 away victory.
Superb. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Reds win as well, an away victory, a clean sheet as well. They've conceded just 1 goal in their last 10 Premier League fixtures, which is insane. So I can't see Norwich scoring here. Norwich, of course, like a calendar at the back, even though that they did shore up against Newcastle in the last fixture. And prior to that, it was just 2 goal deficit against Tottenham. It's going to be 3-0 to Liverpool. They've had their rest. Klopp has had the week off as well. As with all their senior players with that FA Cup replay, etc. So, a straightforward 3-0 victory to the Reds in this one. The next up, we've got the first of the Sunday fixtures, which takes place at 2 o'clock, and that's between Aston Villa against Spurs. Aston Villa, at the moment, just outside the relegation zone, in all sorts of trouble at the moment, losing last time out away against Bournemouth, who were on a very good run themselves. And prior to that, they did have that very good victory against Watford, but I can only see one winner in this one. Mourinho's tightened up that Spurs defence now, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to the Whites in this one.
Yeah, Mourinho and his new haircut, probably realising that he's the B-Tech Guardiola here. Maybe that new haircut, or lack of haircut, will bring luck to the team. I'm going to say 2-1 in this one. Think Villa will score, but it just won't be enough, and I reckon 2 Son goals probably, so 2-1 Spurs. Next up, we have what I like to call Drawsonal, and they're coming up against Newcastle United. 13 draws. How on earth does that happen with 25 games in? Just ridiculous. I don't get how a team can draw so much, except for Man United a few years ago under Van Gaal. But they're coming up against a very good Newcastle team. Even though they're coming up against a very good Newcastle team who I think haven't lost in their last 4 matches, which is pretty good for them, especially under Steve Bruce as well.
But they've only won 1 in their last 6, remember? So.
Yeah, they do like a draw as well, to be fair, Newcastle, but this is going to be another draw, isn't it? I'm going to say 1-1 at the Emirates. Yeah,
since Arteta has taken over, they have changed. Well, can you say they changed their style of play? I think they're looking a lot more organised there, and he has shown up the defence,
even though it is still a circus at the back.
It looks like they're playing with more of a purpose. Aubameyang's back in the side now after that 3-match ban I think he had. Even though I tipped Arsenal to win last game, they came with another draw, as you say, Drawsonal. However, I think they're going to narrowly sneak this one, having the last week off as well against Newcastle. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Gunners in this one. Final fixture of the weekend takes place on Monday evening, and that's between Chelsea and Manchester United. Another one very difficult to predict, because Chelsea, you predict them to win, they lose or draw. You predict them to lose, they go and win. So, and they're coming up against Manchester United as well, who their form is all over the place.
Look at Man United's form compared to Chelsea's.
Yeah, exactly. Man United in 8th place, Chelsea in 4th position. Where'd you go with this? I'm going to go for a home team in this. The home team in this one. It's going to be a narrow victory, I feel, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Blues.
Yeah, I've gone for 2-1 as well. Sort of Man United with their team just play Dan James, involve him a bit more. That's all I can say about it. Even as a Cardiff fan, that's going deep really. But I just think Frank Lampard's marked this one on the calendar, one that he really wants to win, get further away from the likes of Man United, and try and close the door on Sheffield United from getting a Champions League qualification, even though how much I want to see that happen. But 2-1 to Chelsea.
Interesting. So that concludes our predictions for part 2 of week 26 of the 2019-2020 Premier League season. Now, as usual, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description. All you need to do to play along is copy and paste them into your comment, and like David Redcliffe and Harry Doherty last time out, you could get a shout out in the next video. Now, before we go, Nathan, interesting last night at the Brentford versus Leeds fixture. Apparently Pochettino was seen in the stands along with Edward Woodward. So what does that mean? Possibility of going to Man United by the end of the season? At the end of the season,
I doubt
could Solskjaer be out the door?
It's hard to say. With this one, I don't have a clue. Normally I'd say that even though we all know the Glazers and Woodward don't have brains, especially Woodward. I mean, did someone cut his head open and remove his brain since he's come into Man United? But I mean, normally I'd say give the manager time and all that, or give the manager like a season or two to rebuild, because they are in transition phase, Man United. But under Solskjaer, and the utter pain we had to witness when watching Cardiff under him, I don't know whether he's getting Pochettino in or he's going to sack Solskjaer. I don't have a clue, because when has Solskjaer ever proved that he's a good manager in a top league?
Norway? Is that a top league? No.
It doesn't count. And when has he ever done good transfer business either? I mean, just look at us.
But Nathan, coming away from Cardiff, what about this latest signing of Fernandes from Sporting Lisbon?
Yeah, he may have signed Bruno Fernandes, and I think that is going to turn out to be an alright signing. I don't think it's going to be particularly out of this world, because he needs to be used properly, even though he did look insane in the last game. If you've got to look at his other transfers as well, because he's just been splashing money at everything. I mean, look at how Harry Maguire's turned out. It's like he's got a lifetime supply of Greggs and McDonald's in his contract.
Right, okay.
And then, I mean, Dan James, quality signing, but you're not using the man properly. And then Wan-Bissaka, average at best. But you can't just go... I mean, Wan-Bissaka has been good, but you just can't go throwing £50 million at a defender that's just going to stabilise the team and get you into eighth. You need to spend modestly on some quality signings, instead of saying, oh, he had one good season, let's just splash 8 million at them.
It'll be interesting to see now if Igalo starts.
With
Rashford being out, because apparently there's buoyant team and everything. So we'll see how that pans out.
The Igalo signing was fair, as long as they didn't spend much money on him. It's fair, because I know that he will play for the badge, and I think I'd say he's underrated. But saying that because of how far Man United have fallen, he's probably a Man United player now.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll leave it at that on the Manchester United chat. We don't want to become a Manchester United channel. No. But thanks for watching as always, guys. Remember to leave your predictions, as we've said already. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add before we go quickly?
Sub to my channel, link in description below.
Will there be a vlog this weekend? That's two weeks now that the viewers have been waiting with their tongues hanging out, waiting for these vlogs.
Yes, there will be a vlog out for Wigan, and that depends if the game even goes ahead, because we're getting another storm in.
Lovely, I can't wait.
Can't wait either.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.
Cheers, guys.